뭐야 나
Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States, and we're taking a look at 17's Just Do It. Now, here are some very interesting things I've learned about this. So I've been doing a huge marathon of 17's dance practices, and I had just finished this year's, like the year that this one in particular had come out, and a lot of my members on Patreon were saying, hey Jess, there's one that they did called Just Do It, and I believe they said it started as a joke and then it turned into like a real thing. So I'm very excited. I have a feeling this is gonna be pretty chaotic in the best way possible. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a look.
인사드리겠습니다. 네, 세드네임 세븐틴. 안녕하세요. 신인 가수 부석순입니다. 부석순의 막내 부석순의 리더 부석순의 맏형 순입니다. 네, 그래서 우리는 부석순 열심히 하겠습니다. 사랑해요. 다시 한번. 죄송합니다. 저희가 처음이라서요. 네, 다시 한번 해보겠습니다.
This is our first time.
안녕하세요. 부석순입니다. 부석순의 막내 부석순의 리더 부석순의 맏형 순입니다. 그래서 우리는 부석순 열심히 하겠습니다.
네, 죄송합니다. Should we leave? Oh, I think I set it up. Oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen, 부석순, let's go.
This is so good. Why is this so good? Best choreography to learn as a backup dancer. Oh, you want me to dab? Okay, run in place for an 8 count. Don't let me stop you from a good time. Oh my gosh, this is so chaotic. I love it. How's this? Where we going? We have taken our jackets off, everyone. Oh my god! Yeah! to get her stuff.
수고하셨습니다. 수고하셨습니다.
Oh my god.
세드님, 쌤핀, 안녕하세요. 신인 가수 부석순입니다. 네, 부석순의 만대 부석순의 리더 죄송합니다. 저 처음이라. 네, 다시 해보겠습니다. 네. 연기 너무. 이거 나 쨌잖아. 엔지컷. 엔지컷. 너무 형.
Oh my god. Oh, this is the kind of chaotic energy I needed this morning. Okay. Here we go. From the top. I don't know if I can give any feedback on that. I think that was pretty darn perfect, if you ask me. I mean, so this whole beginning, I do know that they're acting like rookies, right? And I know this is the time that this is being filmed. This was done around 5 years ago. So they're very much not rookies at this point. If this was like 8, 9 years ago, then yeah, that'd be a different conversation. But it's like 5, so they're like a couple. Like, we're right in this generation. We've started a new generation. Pretty much, they're like near the tail end of Gen 3. We're now that they should be very deep in Gen 4 at this point, and I know some people are saying that they kind of act like Gen 4 idols a little bit to some of the other members. I don't know too much about that because I'm just here for a good time, you know. But this whole beginning was really, really humorous to me. That was really funny, and just the intensity of this. I love the choice of just the awkwardness. Oh my god. The commitment is important here. I love the color choice here. It feels so, this is so good. This is so good. They freaking swung their backup dancers. I know some people have said, gosh, what if the rest of the 17 members were their backup dancers? That would be hilarious, but I also understand it would cause more confusion with the fan base, because that would be like, unless it was kind of played off that way. Like, I could totally see how the other 17 members could play off, you know, this vibe. And in this video, they could play it off well. But if they I don't know if they actually promoted this. Maybe if they promoted this live, it would be really hard for people to actually see them as a trio. They would see it as 17. But in the video, I think it would have been really funny, you know. But here, having the backup dancers, though, really just solidifies how freaking ridiculous this is, because they're because in my head I'm thinking, they're paying these guys to promote this, they're paying backup dancers to do this, they're even filming content for it, and they're possibly promoting it and doing like a video, they're doing like a whole shoot for it, like it's an actual comeback. I love it. I love the attentiveness to the fan base here. It's such a joy. I'm enjoying it, and I'm not considered a fan. I just appreciate their choreography, you know. So I love this energy. So good. Just their presentation is killing me. And I know that there is a follow-up one called Fighting that was released in 2023. So I'm gonna be taking a look at that one soon enough. Yeah. Song ready to go. It's very gang, you know, like in gangs and TV shows, like you know, like they're very, like how they protrude out. It's like, yeah, it's just that it just gives that older retro flair, and I'm dying about it. I love that da 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 hey, you know. It's definitely not their easiest choreography, which makes this even funnier. Like, it's not easy. It's just, I think it's really fun if people make mistakes in this one, though. I don't think they had to refine this one as much, because if people make mistakes, it really helps the gag aesthetic about it, which I really love. And then they kick, and then the backup dancers, look, great choice, and the backup dancers choice, shoot, 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 and then they drop right here into this. I know I've seen this in the, I don't know if it was a snap shoot. Yeah, in snap shoot. They did that they kind of did a little groove right there, but they're doing it more towards the side. But I don't think Snapshoot at the time that this was around was released yet. Bring this up. The hello! Go hard. Yeah, da, da. I love that. Da, 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 da. Back in, front end. Love that. But that makes sense why this one isn't as refined is because of what I've already kind of talked about. It's kind of funny that it's not, you know? And it's not the cleanest thing in the world, but it does need to be clean to a certain extent in order for us to understand the comedy about it. Bringing it in, just a slight spacing issue over here on the side with whatever. I like how they're framing it, but, you know, it's just a slight spacing on that. But personally, I don't know if I want to actually give suggestions on how to make this better or anything, because I freaking love it. I think it's great. Yeah, bleeding it through, having going with a trio is a really great choice, honestly, because with this, it's chaotic energy. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're operating odd number, great. You know, yeah. So it's operating with 4 less than what we're used to seeing from a 17 for motion comeback. I love this as they hit it. Dun, da, da, da. I will say this does remind me, I don't know if any of you guys ever grew up watching this. I grew up watching Power Rangers, but specifically, I think it was Turbo. Power Rangers Turbo. That was one of my VHS. Ooh, I'm dating myself. VHS movies I would watch was that. And this song reminds me of the Turbo track. Coco Power Rangers. Anyway, that's why it's giving me that energy, and I think that's why I freaking love it so much. It reeks of that comedic. It just reeks of this energy and like the best compliment possible. Look how much fun they're having. Dun 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 dun. Right here, and they go ba ba da 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 da. And they run 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I love this. The energy here. My one note is some of our backup dancers are not fully committing to the eagle spread of the wings. So that would be my note for them. Look at this. Look at this weak bird in the corner. Unacceptable. We need to hit Hoshi energy right there. If you're going to do it, do it. Moshi. I love that. With that head ISO. Moshi. With a little bit of a milli rock and they throw it. Ah! And then they're like, let's go! They're going again. And they roll it up. And it goes in a quality movement. This kills me, guys. And they roll it. He hits it through. And look at them. They're like, oh! The energy of this is so good. Good, 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 good. Whoo! And then they travel it over. And now, da, 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 da. I love it. That was just so seamless and nice, really complimentary of each other. Hop to the roll through, that roll through with the knees to the slow motion with a little bit of a switch. It feels more like an aerobic workout video as well, and I think that's what kills me about it. That was fun. Do, hey! So you have these new school kind of viral moves, but it's like, it's an old school aesthetic, like retro vibe about it. And I love it. And I love, we gotta talk about the letterbox. Like, look at the letterbox. It's still yellow. It's not black. It's so good. And also, I really love, is this DK? Right? Is there a member named DK? I'm about to sound really dumb. His shirt, anyway, this guy's shirt says, we should remember our childhood. And I think that is such a really valid point type of shirt. I love it because this is a really great depiction of that shirt. Because for me, I talked about it in a previous video. It was a more, it was a different type of theatrical. It was very like sentimental, joyful theatrical. This is like chaotic theatrical, and both are wonderful. But in that sense, it really reminded me of trying to maintain childlike wonder, especially as we get older. And I know they're getting older too. So I really empathize with what they go through, because I was born in, I am right in the age range of, I'm older than their maknae, basically, right? But I'm also not as old as their oldest member. So I'm like right in the middle of this group. So I feel it's weird. And I think I've said that before. It's just weird for me to know that we are all around the same age. And it's really cool too at the same time, because I feel like I'm at the age that I am now, I'm really able to empathize with this journey so differently than if I was 20 or if I was 24, you know, like even a couple of years ago. Like I really feel So I feel way more empathetic to this because of my own life experience at this point, and it's just really, it's really cool, and I very much value that shirt. And I don't know if they have to remind themselves to have childlike wonder, because they have each other, but I do struggle with that personally. So it is really a joy to see people showcase that are around my age, because it feels like if they can do it, so can I, you know, and I just love that. I love that. That's just a serious note on something so chaotic. Now back to the mayhem. Here we go. I love it with the jackets. We're repeating the chorus. Partying through. So the choreography groove-wise is not too bad. It feels very much, I mean, just honestly the only extroverted movement are those kicks in the quick footwork. And I love that the backup dancers get to yell with them. It's really fun. And they're not, and now they're just getting completely off over here. And I think that's really fun. They walk away, all dramatic. And then you have your one feature. And one of them took off his jacket. Uh-oh. Take off those jackets, gentlemen. They throw it. Now it's like an anthem. Like, we're gonna do it. Just do it. And it makes sense because of the type of track. Honestly, I mean, they could have titled their newest one. It's called Fighting. They could have called it Nike. I think it would have matched really well. But I think it's a copyright. You can't do that. But I think that would have been hilarious because that's Nike's logo. Is like saying is just do it. Ha! 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 And they had a couple of them throw an extra one. And they're like, whatever. Just throw it. Yeah! They just throw it on the ground. Look how sweaty they are. I freaking love it. This is so good. I love the fact that was a really great way to take their outfits and bring them to the back. And they're just getting to have a party. He's like, let's go. And they're like, yeah! This is the energy. Go! Yeah! Moshi! Yeah, the choreo is so it's so iconic. I love it so much. Slow motion running. Yes, and run! And they get to say their own little saying. Yeah! And honestly, they could have used this to promote, like, vegetables to kids, and I think kids would totally eat it. It's really this kind of energy this gives off. Yeah, and then you have everybody here, and they finish and ready. You can watch one of them run off. He says, okay, bye! And they're all running. They're like, I'm not supposed to be here. And they're like, yeah, we killed that! 감사합니다! And they're like, thank you. Please look well on us. And then they're like, oh wait, we have to grab all the stuff. And how they run is so... it's so timid. They're like, oh, don't show that we struggle with this. And then the bloopers on that was really good. So honestly, I think this is some of 17's best work if I've ever seen it. Now, I haven't seen Fighting, but I would say in that 5-year mark, this is probably one of their best choreographies, or just the best showcasing I've ever seen. Who cares how intricate their stuff is? This is gold. It really is, you know. I think that, I know it started out as a joke, and the fact they turned it into an actual thing, I think really means it helps maintain your fan base to actually make them feel like they're people, and that they actually are voices as a voice of support for you. And I think they are a huge telltale of that, you know. Now, do I think, whenever you think about like the actual choreography structure, it's not the most complex, but it really matches the aesthetic of what they were going for very well. And I think it was a huge team effort on this, and it was such a joy to watch this. I had a wonderful time, and I'm so glad that I was able to circle back to this one before finishing off the marathon, just so I can really understand the full context of all the ones that I'm watching. This is wonderful. 거침없이